open conversation.
An open conversation where ordinary people talk about ordinary things. Today, I'm going to introduce to you our co-host. And to my left,
Liz, how y'all doing?
Simply D, peace.
Melissa?
And to my right,
Marvin, the fast lane to home ownership.
and I am the one and only Miss Darkchild, Philly's Princess of Comedy. And I'm going to throw it to my partner.
Simply D. We have a special guest with us today, Miss Denise Wood. She's an actress, a promoter, and an entertainer management. Welcome to the show, Miss Denise Wood.
Hi, everybody. Thank you. It's an honor to be here and an honor to be amongst an awesome panel over here. I'm looking forward to having more great conversations and fun.
So, today we want to talk about living above your means. Are you living above yours or are you living below your means? So, how do you guys feel about living above your means or below your means?
I think more people live above their means.
Okay. Why do you say that?
Well, I saw a funny thing on Instagram. It was like a picture of Michael Jordan.
Okay.
And he's saying, you know, all these guys have all my shoes and they don't even have a car. Like, you know, you have money to buy 10 pairs of Jordans, but you can't, you know.
Right, can't afford a car.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is funny. And Michael Jordan said that?
Well, no. It was just, have you seen those
Okay.
pictures where they just, you know, they put little sayings on it?
Yeah, I remember. It's like those little sayings that we used to see back in the day. I'm going to give away my age. I buy things that I don't need to impress people that I don't like with money that I don't have.
Okay.
So, you know, that's one. I think a lot of people tend to keeping up with the Joneses, so to speak.
I hate that.
In some ways, if you use it in a positive frame of mind, it would use it as a motivation tool. But some people put the green on it, which brings it to envy. Number one sin in the Bible is envy. So we bring it to just wanting what other people want and not being happy with what you already have, what's yours. Some people got 75 payday loans. I need my money and I need it now. Yeah, because the lights get cut off. It's a sickness. It's a disease.
Miss Wood, you was about to say something?
I think living above your means is crazy because if you don't have enough money to barely pay your bills, why should you even try to live above the means? I mean, that's just really putting you further into debt, and I mean, it just makes your life even more miserable. So, really, that's a bad way to go, really.
I don't think people think about the long run. You know, if they want something now, they're going to go out and get it. I mean, it's like, I drive a Toyota.
Right.
I could have a Cadillac if I wanted to, but I don't because I own a home.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I could live in an apartment and spend my money on a lot of other stuff, but I choose not to.
Right.
But I think people more so just act on how they feel right now. They don't think about the future and how it's going to affect them, like she said, you know, getting in debt and stuff like that.
That's like around Christmas time for those who celebrate. A lot of people go out and overcharge their credit cards just to get gifts and stuff like that. So again, that's living above your means because now you're in debt and it's taking you months or years to pay off that debt that you incur on those credit cards.
But a lot of people think that what they drive, where they live, and what they wear is a symbolize of success. However you might measure success, it's a symbol status. If I'm feel like this job is making it for me today, and I'm really making it, then of course, you know, I want to drive that nice car so everybody see me going down the street and know I'm getting it.
Right.
You know, so if I want to make sure I got the nicest, because I want them to know I'm getting it. I want to keep my head. And to some people, that shows that they work. That shows a sign of success.
Right.
So living above their means is just, and sometimes just a status symbol.
Right. And my thing is, why even bother to go get those things if you just now you gotta hide your car because you can't afford to pay that car note.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you don't want it repo. You know what I mean? Exactly. So now you coming home, you're parking 3 and 4 blocks away or hiding in somebody's driveway or what have you. For what? I mean, really, is all that necessary? You know?
Well,
Marvin, how many people do you help get houses who can't afford it?
I hope none.
no.
Okay, good.
Because reason being, one of the first things I find out from a person
Mm-hmm.
is what you can afford.
Okay.
See, I'll sell a person a house that's $1 million
Right.
if you can afford it. I'm not going to sell you a house that you can't afford because, one, it's bad for business.
Right.
Because if I call you 2-3 years from now and say, hey, how's it going, Tony? How's everything? How's the house? How's the kids? How's the family?
Right.
And you tell me, well, I lost my kids. Dark Child has them now. They're in foster care. My wife left me, and the house is foreclosed on
Tony
because
has
I couldn't
her
afford it.
Right.
Tony got the wife now.
Well, then I didn't do you guys a service.
Right. Right.
So the one thing that I always find out is what you can afford to pay.
Mm-hmm.
We start there, and then we work around that.
Okay.
I would never want to put you in a house that a year from now you're going to lose.
Well, now, when doing that, do you find that people, when they first come in to see you, tend to try to boast themselves up more than what they really have to spend trying to, buy this luxurious house until you bring them down to reality?
What I find is a lot of people that have champagne tastes with beer money.
Okay.
See, people will come in and they want a $200,000-$300,000 house, but only can afford to pay $700-$800 a month.
Right.
So what I have to do is bring them down to reality.
Gotcha.
People look at, well, first of all, the lenders look at your credit, the amount of money that you have. And that's fine because what they look at is your gross.
Right.
But everybody knows you don't bring home your gross, you bring home your net.
Right.
So now let's look at what you have after you bring your stuff home. You got a car note, and you got your regular household bills, and then you got 2 kids, but you only making $800 every 2 weeks.
Right.
Well, then we can't put you in a $200,000 house. It's just not going to work.
Gotcha.
So what we have to find you is a house that fits your criteria, but we have to find you something that's going to fit your price range.
Gotcha.
Something that 5 years from now you still have,
Right.
unless you decide to sell it. Not something that you can't afford, and we know you can't afford, but we put you in it anyway.
Gotcha.
I thought the question was living above your means. That's not like a real estate lesson.
I have a statement. Living above your means and under your means is really like making the right decision. If you make the right decisions to what you're going to do with your money and all this other kind of stuff and putting things where they need to be, you'll be living where you're supposed to live, like in between, like on the, where you're supposed to be.
Right.
Some people think because they have that mindset of they want this, but they really don't have the money, so they just still go on and do it with the little bit of money that they have, and they wind up putting themselves back in debt or in debt. I mean, they just make everything around them even worse than what it is.
Right.
As far as family-wise, income. I mean, anything that has to do with money.
But my question is, why do people feel a need to have that fancy car and that's, to me, that's why people live above their means. It's not necessarily because they just want this fabulous stuff, but it goes back to what Dark Child said, people want to impress people, or it's that, look at me, I'm successful. Just because you're a lawyer don't mean you're successful.
True.
I know plenty of broke lawyers who's struggling, who's, doctors, when you first come out of medical school, you got internships, you're not making that $400,000 a year.
Right.
But people automatically, oh, he's a doctor, he's a
Right.
Please, so to me it's about, and I know I've been caught up in that where, okay, I want people, I got this job, I want people I'm gonna go out and get this new car every 2 years. Now I don't have a car, and I choose not to get one because I can't afford it right now. This economy just won't let me afford that car. So, I'm trying to, not think like that. Yes, it sucks sometimes, but I think people do it because they're trying to, that status symbol.
Right.
And that's what it is to me.
Do you think that the commercials that they play on TV and what society is trying to dictate to us plays a major role in that?
It has something to do with society, because society says you're not successful if you don't have that nice car, you don't have that house, you don't have, that's like me, you know, being a woman. If I don't have kids, then, you know, what's wrong, you know? So it is society that says, you know, you don't have the jewelry, you don't have this, you know, then, you know, oh, you're not successful.
Okay.
You know? But the same thing, I could have all that, and I'm eating ramen noodles in my big behind kitchen because I got all of that.
Right.
I think part of it, and I could be wrong, I think part of it is more cultural than anything.
Okay.
And the reason that I say that is, as a people, as a black people, we tend to look for confirmation from others around us. We want everybody to see what we have.
Right.
And that's our way of determining whether we're getting money, whether we're, now they don't know your bills,
right,
but they know
right,
what they see.
Mm-hmm.
We got to have the latest car, we want to have the biggest house, we want to have this, we want to have that.
Right.
Now when you look at white people on the same level, they will ride around in a car that may be about 20, 25 years old. Doesn't have, it may still have an 8-track player in it. They don't care.
Right.
Their thing is, I'd rather have the things that you cannot see, because you can't look in a bank account and see.
Right.
They got 20, 30,000, maybe even more in one account.
Right.
Whereas though we go to the Mac machine, we live in paycheck to paycheck.
Right.
So if something goes wrong, we're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Something goes wrong for them, they have money put away for a rainy day.
Right.
Because they're not worried about who can see what you have.
Right.
Now I agree that there's two different types of people. Some people that do that and some people that don't. But I don't think that you can seriously put a color on it.
No,
Like,
I
how
do
can you say
love
that
him on
black
that
people
one.
do that
I do
and white
like
people
that.
do something
That's
else?
true.
Because I know plenty of white people that live the same way.
That's true.
They go out and buy a Mercedes, but they're living at home with their parents.
That's true.
Or, you know, anything like that. So I don't know. I'm
Maybe if you don't put, okay, not color on it, but I think it has to do with the way you grew up in your
Environment.
geographical location, because it's the same. Black people, you know, they say the first time a black man gets some money, he run out and buy a Cadillac.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's what we do, because we never had. Whereas the white people that Marvin is talking about, you know, they had money, or they may have lived in a different circumstances. You know, the projects wasn't 2 blocks over, so they didn't see some of the things we saw. They had more of a chance. Some of it is because of their color. They're going to get that job before I get that job, because of the color of their skin, and I may be more qualified. So it does have something to do with it. But yes, there are some white people that are, as they say, ghetto, just like us. That's going, as soon as they get a couple dollars, they're going to go buy some rims on their car or whatever. So it kind of, to me, it's both. But I think it has to do with where you're from and how you grew up and what you've seen.
I think when they say that, does the end justify the means?
Right.
To some people, we with folks anticipation of not living right. They feel I'm only living once.
Right. So why not go for it?
Why not go for it?
Yeah, I thought about it that way too.
Why not go for it? You know, I can't take it. Can't. Hopefully, we're all going to heaven, but I can't take it to heaven with me.
Right.
So I might as well spend it down here where I got it, because there wasn't a lot of faith in the future.
Right.
There was not a lot of hope in the future. So what you see is what you get.
Right.
So you have to tend to internalize how you view success. It's all about what you see. Am I living above my means? No. My means is endless.
Right.
So I live with it. Marv, I know you was going to jump in and say something, but we gotta go. on the flip side of this. We're going to pay these bills. We'll be back. Y'all see the number below. Hit us up. This is Sador Presents Open Conversation. We're going to talk about whatever you want to talk about. We're going to holler back at you on the flip side.
Open conversation.
Sador Photography company that offers modeling, weddings, family portraits, and much more. Indoors, outdoors, in the studio, or we'll come out to you. Just give us a call.
Welcome back. We didn't go nowhere.
No, we didn't.
Alright. Welcome back to Sador Presents Open Conversation. I'm your girl, Miss Dark Child. We was talking about living above and below your means. We're going to flip it the fast Marv and the fast lane, the ownership.
Now, when we talk about living above your means or living below your means, as Dark Child said, your means is what you make it, because everybody's is different. However, when people look at, or when people with money look at what living beyond your means is, you should never be spending more than 40 to 50% of your income on bills and food. If you can save at least 50 to 60% of your income and put it away into an account, into some type of trust fund, into some type of stocks or CDs, that's great. However, when you spend in more than 40 to 50% of your income, then people look at that as you're living beyond your means. Now, can you live below your means and still live a great life? Absolutely. It all depends on your taste. Now, when I grew up partially with my mom, and then my teenage years I was with my dad. When I lived with my mom, we lived in the projects. We didn't have a whole lot. I lived with my dad, we lived in Mount Airy, had a nice house. But my dad was the tightest man that you can find. He just didn't spend. His idea of going shopping was, well, here's $150. Go to House of Bargains, find your school clothes, get your sneakers, and buy your books. It's $150. That was his way of saving money. I look at it today and say, was it a bad idea? Maybe not. Because see, me growing up where I grew up at, it was about what you had on the back of your jeans or what you had on your feet. He wasn't looking at it that way. He was looking at how much money can you put in your account?
Right.
How much money can you put in your pocket? Your pants is nothing. What you're wearing is nothing. But if you can put money away and live the way you want, you're doing fine. You got a leg up on people. What do you think about that?
What I think about, I have a problem with people that live below their means, but they have the resources to help other people. And I mean, really, you have people that have a lot of money, but they prefer. You would think that they was poor the way they present themselves, but they have a lot of money, so they really living below their means instead of just going out there and using their money for resources and helping people out, helping family out, and just stop sitting on it. You got people that don't do nothing with a whole lot of money. Now, to me, that's living below your means, because not having money is more than just having money. Having money is about giving, helping, and it's a whole lot of things you can do with money.
But let me jump in. I disagree. people that live below their means, we're talking means is in poverty, it's not, they're not living below their means if they have a lot of money, living like they poor and just don't want to share. That's their money. That's selfish. And that means we are now determined what below their means lives. That person, that's your description or your idea of what living below the means. To them, that's living comfortable.
Right, and you know what?
Right, that's your opinion. They're
Right.
living comfortable because some people, I know for myself, I don't like this way. I do, but I don't.
Right.
So a lot of people, all right, we're gonna go out and buy a 60-inch TV. I'm gonna cut that in half. I'm gonna make it a 30. Some people are just thrifty, so to speak,
Right.
with money.
Well, I'm gonna tell you that I work around a lot of rich people, millionaires, and I
Wait a minute, let me give it to you real quick. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, the owner of Apple. When he died, in their closet, he found 4 pairs of jeans and 2 turtlenecks. If you go look on his interview, he always had the same pair of jeans on and the same pair of turtlenecks.
Right.
The man was a billionaire, brilliant, but he was comfortable. He didn't feel the need to have to spend like
That's
that.
what I'm getting ready to say. One of the millionaires that I work with, that I'm around constantly, I looked at him the other day and he had on a pair of shoes that were like, had splits in them. They were run over. And I'm looking at this guy, I'm like, you are a billionaire and you walking out with something like this on your feet? Like, are you kidding me? Like, you can afford to go to the store and buy whatever the hell you want to buy, but this is what you have on your feet. Like, I could not believe it.
But
Do you
then
see
that's
something wrong with that, though?
No,
Yeah.
but that's the funny part about it, because then they
Shoes are
say,
falling apart.
you know, I'm gonna go ahead and let the black folks go ahead and spend all their dumb money on dumb stuff.
Right.
And that's
There you
what
go.
the billionaires think. And they sit back and laugh at us, and they walking around a nice house, nice car. They invest their money in the next generation.
Right.
Where we as African Americans bank our money on the here and now.
Yeah.
Right now.
You live for the day.
That's right. If the day is Jordans, I got on Jordans. If tomorrow it's LeBron's, I got on LeBron's. If the next week it's the old Iversons that they bought back, but just changed one part, because the sneakers is white and and with a little red. Then they brought them back with white and a little bit of blue. Now they some new sneakers. No, that's the way that man want to live. Steve Jobs, millionaire, 4 pairs of jeans.
Before you say, I personally don't know people that live below their means by choice.
That's
I know people that live
I
below
agree.
that because they don't have a choice but to live like that. So, for a person that has money, if he doesn't, maybe he doesn't put that much value into how he looks with his shoe. That's us. We, rather I'm white, black, purple, green.
Right.
People that's something you got to look at about yourself. That if he has the money, he might want to be doing something else. You don't know what he's doing with his money. You don't know what his money's tied up in. But he doesn't put that much stock in his shoes.
I understand that, and I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna go to Miss Woods. My only problem with it, like you said, I could care less. But to me, for him to be a millionaire, those shoes were falling off his damn feet. That's all I'm saying.
So
That's all I'm
he
saying.
might like that.
That's all I'm saying. Why you got a controversy with me every day?
Miss Woods, go ahead, take it away.
I truly believe with this young lady right here saying, far as anything having to do with color, it does not have to do with color, because I be around different colors every day, and it's the same thing with each color, all cultures, the same thing. And living below your means could be in different categories. It's not just one category. It's not just all about money either. There's a whole lot of ways of living beneath your means. So it's more than one way.
Okay.
Not just money and the
Right.
way you dress and
Right.
there's all kinds of ways.
But the most prevalent ways of living below your means is financial. You can live below your means spiritually. And that too can be an issue. But the statement living above and below your means, like Liz said, I don't know anybody that lives below their means by choice.
Right.
It's always by circumstances. People are living paycheck to paycheck. They can't afford another. I don't know anybody that says, all right, I'm going to work all week, take my money outside, donate to somebody, and I'm going to just go home and just try to live like a bum for the rest of the week. It's always an issue where they can't really make it.
I disagree on that. People limit themselves. It's a whole lot of resources out there to get past to be living above your means. I mean, below your means, it's all kinds of things you can get into. You can go to school. You don't have to stay in that same lane all your life. You can grow. It's always all kinds of ways to grow. You don't have to live that way all your life. That's a choice if you want to live like that. It's a choice if you don't want to live like that. But you can be either way. So really, that's on that person.
It's not. No, I disagree.
I disagree.
I disagree. People are put in circumstances that is not something they chose. I didn't choose
I
to
said
go
some
live.
people, not everybody, but
Yeah, I'm saying some too.
Some people do limit themselves as far as what they can do for
Yeah,
themselves.
that's another topic though. We're talking about living above and below your means. I just don't know anybody that chooses to
live below their
live
means.
in a shack with no lights and no, like, I just don't. I know people that, you know, they may not need that fancy car, or they don't even want that. Like, as I got older, that stuff didn't become as important to me. There was other things that became more important to me. But I had that house and that husband and that car and all that. But that didn't make me happy. So, you know, and then I've not had those things, you know, and I've had to take some steps backwards. And I'm a better person because of it. Because I look at it like, me having them $500 pair of boots, for real, I don't even know where them boots at now.
How about that? How about that?
Boots?
How about that? We all did at some point.
I'm just saying, you had $500
So what I'm
boots.
saying is, that didn't become, that, like today, those things are important. I know designers, I worked in fashion, but that doesn't matter to me. I don't need to prove to you or anybody else that I can throw them clothes on. I know what I'm capable of.
Right.
As you get older, you just don't, for me, I just don't need Marvin's approval. I don't need him to look like, oh, she look cute, she hot, whatever. I don't need that. I already know that. So, what you ready?
It's challenges. It's challenges.
$500 boots.
All right, you and the boots. We all have bought something. We all have bought something that we regret buying and spending a couple of dollars on.
Well,
like
I
you said,
wore them twice.
wear them $500 boots. I got a pair of $700 pair of jeans. I have never seen me in them because you always save them and want to wear them for that particular place, and that particular place just don't never come up.
But I'm just saying.
And so it's still in there. But the point we trying to make is below. Who lives below their means? With the exception of by choice, except for the Unabomber, who had all that money, and he decided, remember, to go out and live in the woods and hunt and live like a savage. He chose to do that, but
below his means,
living below his means, because he chose to take his money and give it to his family members and go live in a shack. But then his thought pattern was incorrect because he did it for a reason, was to plot to fade off of society, blow up some places, and then and go back to where he was living so that nobody would know. He had a reason for doing that. People that live below their means, you're looking at people who have challenges in their life. If it could be death, it could be education, family abuse, neglect, it could be rape, incest, any of those. People, you can't just say that people live below their means just because. I don't know anybody that lives below. I'm sitting here, I can't think of one person that I know that lives below their means by choice.
So Tony, so the guy with the shoes, you feel like he's living below, like what?
I feel as though he's just tight with his money. He's a millionaire. I mean, I'm not going to say what he does, but I mean, he has it because of what he does. And for him to be walking around, I mean, his feet were damn near on the ground with these shoes that he had on. And I was just like, wow, this guy's a millionaire. You know what I mean?
Was he happy?
I don't know if he's happy. Well, no, because what he owns isn't particularly winning right now. So
You
no,
know what I
not
mean.
happy.
Is his general personality happy? Like, is
He's a nice guy
okay.
to talk to. Yeah, he seems okay. But I'm back on these $500 boots. Can I get a pair of boots? I'm living below my means. I need a pair of $500 boots.
I don't have any means.
You can agree or disagree, but when you get a certain age, everything else is about choice. It's about choice. It's the choices that you make in life, whether you want to stay where you at in life or whether you want to get better in life. I mean, if you want to live below your means all the rest of your life, that's your choice. But for me, I want to live above my means, because at least if I have that thought, I will get further than where I'm at as far as being below my means. I mean, everything is choice.
I think what she's trying to say, we got it. We mixing apples and oranges. If you want to live a certain lifestyle, that's a choice.
Right.
Below your means, you don't have a choice to do
But
that.
I do get what she's saying.
I say it
too.
right.
What she's
I'm
saying
saying
is
at a
right.
certain age, I'm telling you, at a certain age, you don't have to be where you're at. There's too many resources out here to help everybody. I mean, don't move. If you got to move out the city, move to another city. Everything is not going to come to you. You have to go to it.
Well,
mean, you make a choice. If you're grown enough to be out there on your own, it's your choices for now on until the day you die.
Right.
If you want to stay where you at, that's your choice.
Right.
But that's your means.
Right. Do you think a lot of people are purposely living below their means?
I don't think they purposely, but I think there's some choices that they made that have them there.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's your choice, it's your thought, it's your actions, it's what you do that's going to guide you to where you need to be or where you want to go. Okay. You're not just going to sit there. If you just want to sit there, then you're a dummy. You just want to sit there and don't change your life. Well, I mean, it's all kinds. I mean, agree or disagree, I don't, but I know for a fact it's too much stuff out here for people to get and grasp. To get started to where they want to be. But get off that one level below your means.
But what if they don't know and don't care to know and go?
That's why we want this TV show to help let people know that there are resources out there. You got family members, you got people that you know. If you don't know anything, ask questions. I mean, go on the phone. They got internet. I stay on the internet all day long.
Right.
I network on the internet. I'm an actress. That's how I get all my gigs.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I get all my
But what if I'm just a lazy bum?
But I think
that's your choice.
Let me say. I think we're mixing apples and oranges. Your means is your financial wealth. It's not your talent and your ability. If you choose everybody has the ability. If you choose, your means is your financial grass, is your spiritual grass. That's what's given to you. That's is God given. Means is that which you can acquire.
Yes.
So if you choose, some people, you just can't choose to live below your means. If you take that statement and ask anybody, any professor, anybody, can a person choose to live below their means? Their answer will be to you, if you are financially wealthy and you choose to take that financial wealth, put it to a side and live below basically the poverty level, that's a choice. But what you're talking about with people having the means, it's not the means, it's the will. Do people have the will to go out and get the resources that you keep speaking of, get the resources that they need to live a better life? I have a child who has a learning disability. He's not choosing to live below his means. He has a learning disability that is stopping him, not permanently or temporarily, to live at a certain degree in life. But it's not his means. He's living in a situation that he has to fix. Now, the people that's bums down on Center City, they're not living below their means. They got 48 cents in their pocket. They can only live where 48 cents is going to let them live. 48 cents is only going to let them live on the corner of Broad and Locust.
Excuse me, like I said people that are able to take care of themselves mentally, people that are able to take care of themselves, old enough to take care of themselves. I already know if you have some kind of disability. That's automatically common sense that you don't even put that in the category. Period. I mean, everything and everybody, where everybody at in life is where they choose to be at. So, didn't nobody throw nobody on the street. Didn't nobody put nobody down on to be a bum. I mean, didn't nobody say, well, go be a bum. I mean, this is the choices. Everything is based on, life is based on choices. It's based on choices. I mean, if you want to live below your means, like I said, if you're able and got the right state of mind, that's your choice. You got people that want to stay there and comfortable with staying there. I'm not comfortable with staying there.
All right, we can ready to throw this to a commercial. We're going to get Big Melissa right here to pull up that phone and we're going to give you that hot definition of means. Because that's the word of the day. MEANS. Sador presents Open Conversation. See you on the flip side.
Open Conversation.
Photography company that offers modeling, weddings, family portraits, and much more. Indoors, outdoors, in the studio, or we'll come out to you. Just give us a call.
conversation.
Welcome back to Shador Presents an Open Conversation. Our special guest, Mr. Niche Woods, had to leave, but we're going to continue on with the show. Miss Melissa wants to read what definition means.
The definition of means is an action or system by which a result is brought about, money or financial status.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we want to jump into role models. Do you feel as though they're good, bad? Who should be a role model? Who shouldn't be a role model? I think Charles Barkley put it best when he said, I am not a role model. Mr. Lane, what do you think about that?
I agree. I don't think athletes should be. They have a obligation as an athlete because that's what kids are watching.
Social responsibility, right?
Absolutely. However, I don't think athletes should be role models in your kids' lives because in all reality, they're doing nothing more than the same thing that you or I would do if we go to the playground.
Right.
They're playing basketball. They're playing sports on TV.
Mm-hmm.
If we put took this video camera out to the playground, should we be role models because we're going to be on TV? No. I think role models begin with parenting. It begins at home. That's where the hugest
Impact.
right is made.
Did he say the hugest?
Hugest. That's right.
Use it in a sentence.
Hugest. Hugest made me ask you a question.
You know what? That was some buffoonery if I never heard it. He was trying to say the largest. He just couldn't get it out.
I like
He
hugest.
said the hugest. I said use it in a sentence. Hugest made me. What is... He will not be your child's role model. Do you understand? You need a role model at least that can speak some English. I don't know what Charles Barkley... English.
Okay, so that's not a role model.
Right there. So we're going to keep moving. We're going to knock the whole pair out. I had to say that because, no, it's English, but I had to say English because he said the hugest. Now I don't understand the buffoonery that goes on behind the scenes, people.
Yes.
I would like to know what's the definition of a role model because I personally don't believe in a
Dictionary?
role model.
Melissa?
Dictionary person is looking that up.
So I don't look up to people like that. Yes, you do great things. Oprah, yay, black woman was on TV. But she also has some faults too. Like, I don't put people on that pedestal. And to
I
me,
agree. I don't either.
a role model is somebody we put on a pedestal because
To emulate our lives at.
Right.
But
I don't want to emulate my life after Oprah.
She's made mistakes and overcome. She's been a victim and overcome, and she's
But
now
that, I'm proud of her.
setting an example for people coming along her path. Not on her path, along her path, just to get through life.
Okay, but
You've been a victim of rape, overcome, get some
I've
counseling,
been a victim of rape.
become Ayanna Van Zandt.
Now, do I get a talk show? No.
can we at least hear?
Well, I was given the time to look it up.
She
I
got
got it. I'm on it.
Let's go to it.
Okay. So
The
this is
definition
the
of
what was the
role
word?
model.
What was the word again?
Role model.
No, largest. What did he say?
Oh, we're not looking
at
that
that
up.
word. Role model.
Okay.
Is a person looked to by others as an example to be imitated.
That exactly. To be you want to imitate what she did.
Nope. I don't.
So is there anyone that you...
Is that your hugest feeling?
That's my hugest, largest, biggest ever feeling.
Well, let me ask you, is there anyone who you would look at as a role model?
Grandmothers, aunts, uncles,
I'm going to let him go here first.
baby cousins.
If you're talking about on what level, as a celebrity, or
No, he just said anybody.
anybody, period. Well, as role models for me, my parents and grandparents. Let me rephrase that. My parents and my mom's parents were my biggest role models.
Okay.
My mother is my role model. I've watched her take two bad kids, put them through Catholic school, while she went to St. Joe's University during the day and worked at City Line Dinner Theater at night. I've watched her take her money and put two bad kids through Catholic school, and her kids successful in the terms of what we consider success.
Yeah,
so that to me, that's a role model. I would like to model my life. Looking back now, how she's doing.
That's why she's always correcting us on our words.
See.
my grandparents, my dad, my family, my aunts and uncles, those are the people that I admire.
Okay, those are role models.
So those are the people, yes, that I would like to not be like, but emulate some part of
their life.
Part of their life. That's who taught me.
Well, so you can't look at.
I believe, yeah, but not in the sense that society talks about.
Okay.
I think there's a difference in admiring someone, or them being your role model.
Idolizing them.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
if you
Oprah
want to
and
imitate somebody, you want to do exactly what they're doing. There's nobody in this world that I want to imitate. I don't want to be exactly like anybody else. So I'm not really sure. I don't know.
So there's
but
nobody
I still
in
think
this
you can
world.
admire people, like the things that they do, and you might want to work up to certain things, but to actually want to imitate somebody, like people that want to be like stupid ass Nicki Minaj. They get the wig, they get the clothes, they get everything.
Don't
and
forget
it's
the
like,
pink lipstick, girl.
right.
We are now off the air.
That's like
that
imitation.
Is it. Show's over. Started, ended before it even started. Nikki.
Don't do it.
We love you.
You want to say something, Stilay?
I think when you look at...
You didn't want to be Busta Rhymes when you grew up?
Absolutely not. However...
You didn't want to be Magic Johnson?
When I grew up, now, on the basketball court, as a child growing up, I first wanted to be Julius Erving.
Dr. J?
Absolutely.
With the little shorts on?
With the little shorts.
Go ahead, imitate it for the people.
Absolutely not.
Put the little shorts on.
But as I got older,
put the little shorts on.
I wanted to be like Michael Jordan.
The long shorts.
The long shorts.
Unsexy, ladies. Unsexy.
Now, when you say you wanted to be like, you wanted to have that talent so you could be on the court doing what he's doing, or you wanted to be like him?
On the basketball court, I wanted to be like.
So you
Michael
admire
Jordan.
his talent.
The talent.
Does that make him a role model?
Does it make him a role model?
I'm asking.
No. Well, for me, in order for me to look at somebody as a role model, you have to know what they do off the camera. You have to know how they live off the camera. You see them, one part of them on the camera, but people are completely different when cameras are not on you.
Right.
So I don't want to be like somebody who I don't know.
But so many people idolize and call these celebrities their role models, and they want to be just like them, when in reality they don't even know who they are.
A lot of the problem is because in the inner city, kids, the absence of fathers. At this point now, we're starting to see the absence of fathers and mothers, which now being raised in next generation by grandparents, aunts, uncles, me, foster parents. They don't have much to look up to. So, what they see the most, they do tend to idolize, which now becomes, I'm watching TV, there go Nicki Minaj, we love you, there go Nicki Minaj,
we don't.
There go all the rest of the rappers and Jay-Z and Beyonce and all the rest of them, and they like their moves and they see how they make their money, and then they show you a little clip of them painting a building and pulling up grass outside and building a playground. Then that becomes that kid's idol. And then they want to model their life. Remember, a role model is someone who you want to model your life after. So to them, that might be the biggest hope that they ever have.
Or, wait a minute, or they see that big time drug dealer rolling by in his Benz or his Hummer, and they see that, and then they see the videos, and they see Jay-Z, who used to be a drug dealer, now he's this one of the richest rap star. You know what I mean? They put that together, but you don't look at all that extra stuff that you don't know and you don't see. That's why I can't do that. Like, I admire you doing a great job. Knock yourself out, boo boo. Love your music. I'm gonna dance to it in the club and all. But no, I'm not putting you on that pedestal because I don't know what your character is like. I only know what you allow them to show us.
But here's the difference, though. Here's the difference. As adults, we will not. But now remember, role modeling and idling are kids. And the kids are not sitting here up on this panel with us today. These are adults sitting here. So there's a difference between who we would pander our life after and they would. At this point, we would meet. I'm very fond of people whose story that I read pull themselves up by their bootstraps. Very fond of those, whether it be Creflo Doll over here, Brother T.D. Jakes, or Lindsay Lohan. Who pull yourself up by
Did
your
you say
bootstraps?
Lindsay Lohan?
Yeah.
What bootstraps she pulled us
None.
Okay.
None. She pulled on a jail jumper.
Exactly.
But whoever we pander ourselves after, those, I'm very fond of those stories. Oprah does it on her own network. She puts a lot of people on success. The little boy that everybody said he wanted to meet Oprah, and he cried, he made it. Those are what I see, and it may change and divert the course of where I'm going. It might make me, it's not my role model, I'm not emulating, but it just might make me be a little bit more kind. Might on this side make me be a little bit more considerate. It might make me do a little, so yeah, I do want to emulate some of those characteristics. Because this is the universe, and what you give to the universe, you get back.
Yeah.
But kids see something totally different. They see, who do you want to grow up? You, out there selling homes, this kid, you got 4 houses on one block. And the kids keep seeing Mr. Lane come in, pull up in a nice car, come up in his suit with his do-rag line on, and he go out, and he put the sign out. 2 weeks later, boom, they see him take the sign and take it off the grass. Now, there's some little kid sitting across the street going, that man getting it. And then he walk over to you and go, Mr. Lane, I want to see how houses like you. You my role model.
But they don't have, they won't look at him like that because he working too hard and how much they gonna look at, they not, no, they want to see the bling bling and the popping bottles and going to the strip club, you're making it, all that.
I think there's a difference. I think that you can either idolize someone for who they are, or you can idolize someone for what they have.
There you go.
Well, I know with me, I don't idolize this particular person for what they have. I idolize this person for what they have done. I think when they were playing ball, they got a bad rap. I'm talking about Charles Barkley, which happens to be my favorite all-time basketball player.
Mine too.
Okay, I like what he did off the court. Everybody want to talk about him spitting on a child and stuff like that. Well, they don't talk about him going to the hospital, donating hundreds of thousands of dollars to kids and families who didn't have, and taking care of people and this, that, and the other. And the mere fact that he is an all-around, genuine, nice guy. I've met him on several occasions, and he is so down to earth and so nice. I was like, yo, Charles, I'll buy you a drink. And he cracked up laughing, like, really? I was like, yeah, because I like you. You are my favorite basketball player of all time. He was like, nah, it has to be Jordan. I was like, dude, Jordan is not my favorite basketball player. It's you.
Is this a PDA for Charles Brown? I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Whatever.
I'm sorry, no, go.
Jeez.
But it's about who the kids are the ones who the word role model is normally attached to.
Right.
Again, on this panel is adults. So we're looking at who your kids, and we all do it. Y'all go home. You see your kids going, Daddy, I want to be a Power Ranger. Daddy, I want to be Barney. If your child want to be Barney, get him some help. If your child want to be Barney, get him some help. But we're going to come back with this interesting conversation, role model to be or not to be. We coming back to Sador Presents an Open Conversation. We see y'all on the flip side.
Open conversation.
Sador photography company that offers modeling, weddings, family portraits, and much more. Indoors, outdoors, in the studio, or we'll come out to you. Just give us a call.
Back
to Sador Presents an Open Conversation. We're talking about role models. How do you feel about it? The number the Facebook, the internet, text message, all is going across the screen. Email us, Facebook us, call us about your comments on this particular topic. So let's finish up, guys. Role models. Where did we leave off at?
I don't know. But I think there are adults who look at people as role models too. Not maybe necessarily our age. I don't know what everybody's age is, but I've been around adults who's like, oh, did you see, you know, Nikki? She was like, what? And I'm looking like, really? How old are you? Like, I don't, you know, admiring somebody in their talent is one thing, or admiring the music that they put out, or the play they was in, or the movie they was. That's something different than I want to be like.
Right.
Because I agree with Melissa. I don't want to be like anybody.
Right.
Like, and I'm too damn old to even try to start being like somebody now. I need to be like Liz.
Okay.
But you do have people, if you have parents who don't know the difference between admiring or wanting to be a role model, then they can't teach their child. Right. No, son, you don't want to be like John who's on the corner, you know, collecting his money from his, you know what I mean?
Right.
We don't, and it goes back to us teaching our kids that, like, you know, you got to look at that person and look at the whole picture.
Right.
There's a whole lot more to them than what you see them doing.
And I think that's the parents' place and the teach the child that. Like, for instance, I know my younger daughter once told me that she wanted to be a doctor. So, you know, we started taking steps, like I bought her a real stethoscope so that she can hear the heartbeat and things of that nature. Well, recently we had a conversation and it was like, well, I want to be a hairdresser, like a hairdresser. So I said, sit down and we talked, and I told her all the reasons, like, that could be something that you can have to fall back on.
Why?
Okay.
Wait.
Why? Here we go.
Well,
That's something you can have
what's
to fall
wrong
back
with,
on.
I look
but
up
I
to
would
some
encourage you
hairdresser
to still go to be that doctor or something of that nature. There's too many hairdressers out there as it is. Everybody has a shop on this corner, that corner, that corner. Okay, so let's get over it. Let's do something else. Okay? That's all I'm saying. You want to come at my neck about that too?
I will. Give me 5.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
yeah.
Liz. What
I'll
you
give you
saying?
10.
Alright. Ding, 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 ding. Danny Garcia versus Zab Judah. Round 2. Well, you're right. They do. It is a lot of emulation. As an adult, your beliefs tend to change. You tend to aspire to be like certain people. But I think it's more of a humbling thing. It's more of a spiritual thing. As we tend to get older, people tend to go to church more. They want to be church-like, like their grandparents, like their older siblings. Kids, that's all they see. While you're at work and they're with the babysitter's got the TV watching. So they're looking and they see Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, they see them dunk. Now they want to dunk. They see Carmelo Anthony dunk. They see the Desperate Housewives of whatever show we on. They see Love and Hip Hop. Instead of Love and Hip Hop, you got Hate and R&B. That's some new TV shows coming out in fall. Forget Love and Hip Hop. It's called Hate and R&B. Ooh, don't even worry about it. I'm doing a lot of. You better not steal my TV show.
Can I get a roll?
You got a roll.
Thank you.
You hate. And that's R&B over there.
That's R&B?
That's R&B. Ding ding, Zab Judah number 1.
That's a hit.
That's a hit. I know. Right in your eye.
That.
So we're gonna bring this back together. This is what these kids see all during the day. They see him fighting. They see him angry. They want to be like Kobe Bryant. Oh, they want to be like Tiger Woods minus the black eye. He got all this. He's winning all these golf tournaments. He's cheating on his wife. He gonna buy her an 8-carat ring. They emulate this stuff. This is the stuff that they see.
Right.
But as adults, they see more success on TV from people that they don't know.
Right.
And see less success from the people that they see every day.
Right.
They see mom get up and go from the bed to the couch, on the couch all day and go from the couch back to the bed.
Right.
They see daddy go out, stand on the back steps, smoke some weed, come back in.
Daddy ain't daddy.
That ain't, yeah, that's not daddy. That's
that's
play daddy.
Uncle. That's
play
Uncle.
daddy.
Uncle John.
On some rare occasions, Father, now just let me give you this. Now I remember once when I had a job, I was making like $16 an hour, and I actually lost that job. So I'm still providing. It's funny.
Nothing, boo.
Oh my God! I'm still providing for my family. So when I was able to get another job and start working again, I had a meeting with my daughters, and I said to them, "I'm gonna ask y'all a couple questions. Did you go without food? Did you go without a roof over your head? Was there anything that you did not get in the last couple of months? And they said no. And I said, no, I'm going to tell you something. Your father did not have a job, but I was still able to provide for you. This is something that you need to know and something that you need to be aware of so that when you are out there, this is the type of man that you're looking for, somebody who is still going to provide successfully for his family, regardless.
That's a role model.
Thank you.
But they don't see that as often. Who has meetings with their daughters? Okay, black people, we are getting out of hand. First, y'all giving y'all kids snacks. Then you giving, now you having meetings with your kids.
Timeouts.
What timeouts? What is going on? We don't know what is going on in the black household, but we're gonna have that's gonna be a whole nother show. We're gonna talk about snacks, timeouts, and now this man said he had a meeting with his kid. See, a meeting in my house would be this.
That's the.
I'm gonna see you when I get home.
That's the white side of me. We have meetings.
So
and we have snacks.
Now we don't do that. That's why these kids are looking on TV and wanting other people to be their role models. Because we don't do that stuff in black people's houses. We don't do that. The only meetings we have is back to school meetings, and some of the parents don't even participate.
Well, let me ask you this: at the start of school,
I don't.
Do you have prayer with your kids?
You're getting into a whole nother show. They took prayer out of school.
No, well, that don't mean you can't pray.
This man still sitting down at the dinner table.
We don't role models. We don't role models, not prayer.
I'm just saying that's what I do. Let's not go there though. The first day
this is what these kids
we have
see.
prayer before they leave the house.
This is what the kids see. You don't know they prayed that you never come back. That's the problem. It was praying that you never came back.
It's nothing wrong with it's nothing wrong with the kids wanting to be like somebody they see on TV, because usually what you're seeing in somebody that's on TV is something positive. That's usually, not all the time, usually. So, because they portray them in a specific light. And there's nothing wrong with that, because you want, as a parent, as a good parent, you want your child to be successful.
Right.
In whatever they do, in whatever avenue they travel. Now, do you want them to be like Kobe Bryant or LeBron James in their life outside the camera? Who's to say? I don't know. Right. Because I don't know Kobe Bryant or LeBron James outside of what I see on the TV. However, do I want them to grow up to be successful? Yes. So whatever it takes, if that means looking at somebody that's in a positive light, I want them to be something positive. Oh my God. Regardless as to what it is. I know, come on, bring it.
All I'm saying is...
No, she didn't raise her hand. Like, are we in school?
So all I'm saying is this. They see Lil Wayne rapping and bling blinging, and then they see on the internet Lil Wayne got, going to jail, getting 6 months for drinking and driving, whatever. They like, oh yeah, I want to be like him. He doing it. Like, you have so many different avenues where kids are getting information from, not just the TV. Do they even watch TV anymore?
No, they watch computers.
It's computers, it's games, it's your phone. Like, that's another subject. Like, little kids with their phones and they watching YouTube and they seeing all this stuff and they trying to be like, they idolize that. So there's a difference. We need to teach our kids the difference between idolizing and what a role model is.
Mm-hmm. But to them, what they see is happiness. They see adults being happy, and then they tend to want that happiness. They don't see the screaming and hollering about turn the water off. They don't see the arguments between mom and dad, the bills ain't been paid. They don't see the electricity being cut off. They don't know what it feels like to wake up in a cold house. They idolize, they see things, and what they see is what they want. They want normality. They want mom to be there, dad to be there. So TV, in and of itself, though it may be the devil, is giving these kids some hope and some aspiration. What kid doesn't want to wake up in a warm house to food?
Okay, I think TV is giving them false hope because they don't see that struggle. Okay, they don't see the struggle that parent is going through to provide for them. They don't see that.
But we're talking about the vast majority of the parents are not trying, or not. So they see an endless struggle. You and I are the struggle that produces something. This is a struggle that continuously turns into an endless struggle. Kids that use other people to be their role model, is those, I can go and ask Mr. Marvin's kids and say, who y'all role model? They'll say their grandfather, their uncle. You know why? They're not taking somebody on TV because they see the struggle that doesn't end.
And
they see my dad didn't sell a house this month, but we still had nothing changed. Our cell phones were still on, the gas was on, water on. Where I can go to another kid and who's your role model? Michael Jordan. Why he your role model? Because this month the gas was off, the water was off. They didn't have nothing to eat. They was home alone by themselves at night. They saw mommy high. They saw the uncle drunk.
And this is why I think that what you're doing, what you're providing, you should still let the child know, look, your dad or mom did this for you or was able to provide this regardless. You never missed a beat. You never knew what was going on behind the scenes, and I'm telling you what's going on behind the scenes. This is why we're having this family meeting, because I'm going to let you know what was going on behind the scenes. I'm not keeping anything from you. I was still able to do these things for you without having a job or whatever. You know what I mean? And I still provided for you. You did not go without.
Alright, this has been another edition of Sador Presents Open Conversation. Final thoughts, anybody from our panel, about role models?
Listen.
Tony's my role model.
Really? Okay. Yeah. I think I deserve to be a $500 boot stand.
That's going to be another show by itself. Melissa, any final thoughts? Your kids' role models too?
Me, of course.
Your kids will look up to you because you're the first thing that they've seen.
Exactly.
If you're not going to set a positive image before your kids will end up looking up to somebody who you might not want to look up to.
Liz?
I say you was my role model. I'm good.
I think it starts at the home, like Mr. Marvin says. Your kids should look up to you. You should get them while they're young. Set the standard so that you are the role model. The other people that they see are just people that they admire. But you, the mother, the father in the home, is the role model. This has been another
edition of Sador Presents an Open Conversation, y'all. Hit us up, call us, text us, email us. See the number going across the bottom. Holla.
Peace.
Peace.
Open conversation.